Joe Biden met face-to-face with Russian President Vladimir Putin today. The two leaders said they addressed a wide range of issues. CBS 4 Washington correspondent Anna Wernicke joins us live now to break down what happened. Anna.
Well, Bob and Debbie, this meeting lasted 3 hours and 21 minutes. That's a lot shorter than what the White House had originally expected. But nonetheless, both Biden and Putin walked out of that meeting saying that a lot was discussed, and now there's a lot of work to do.
Russian President Vladimir Putin arrived first at the villa in Geneva, Switzerland. Then President Biden arrived. The two leaders first sat down with Secretary of State Antony Blinken and Putin's Russian counterpart before allowing other aides to join in on their conversation. The meetings lasted nearly 3.5 hours.
After 2 hours there, we looked at each other like, okay, what next?
President Biden says the overall conversations were straightforward. Putin called the discussions constructive and pragmatic.
We don't share the same positions in many areas, but I think that both of these sides showed a willingness to understand one another.
President Biden says he pressed the Russian leader over the recent cyber attacks on U.S. businesses.
If in fact they violate these basic norms, we will respond. Cyber. He knows.
Putin denied that Russia was behind the attacks, but added that Washington and Moscow will begin consultations.
We've reached agreement about that, and Russia's prepared to do it.
President Biden says the two also discussed human rights, strategic stability, and Ukraine. He says now the focus shifts to what happens next and making sure both sides keep their word.
And the two leaders did find common ground in some areas, including returning the ambassadors to their posts. But they say that the details on that and exactly when that will happen still needs to be discussed in the coming days. Live in Washington, I'm Anna Wernicke. Back to you.
Anna, we all know that President Biden is apparently flying back to the U.S. as we speak. What's next for his agenda when he arrives back home?
Well, President Biden has been focusing on foreign policy for the past 8 days. So when he returns back here to Washington, he has a lot of work to do. A lot of the big ticket items on his agenda that he was hoping would make some progress over the past 8 days have since stalled in Congress. Things like this infrastructure package and a police reform bill. So when he returns back here to Washington, we can expect that his priority will be starting these negotiations again with lawmakers and really focusing on pushing these through Congress. But again, he still has a lot of work to do when he returns home.
You'll be following. All right. Thank you very much. CBS 4 Washington correspondent Anna Wernicke. Thank you.